Hello there, remember me? It has been about 3.5 years since I've made my last video blog. I have my reasons, but who really cares, you know? I'm back, I'll fill you in on the blanks momentarily. And just to prove I made an effort for this video rather than about to half-ass everything, here's what I looked like about an hour ago. Look at me in my sexy, sexy self. Oh yes. Back to you, future David. Thanks, past me. I was so youthful then. But yeah, basically, I haven't made a video in about 3.5 years telling everyone on the internet, whether you be friends or weird internet stalkers or somewhere in between or both, what I've been up to. So I've compiled a bunch of random stuff slightly off camera that I'm going to show and tell, and hopefully fill in the blanks of what I've been doing. But before I begin, I've basically been at the same job since last time I made a video, so that hasn't changed, for better or worse. So let's begin! Oh yeah, and also I've the remote for this. The battery is dead, so instead of reaching behind the camera and turning it off and having to edit all of this very awkwardly, I'm going to try and do it in one smooth take. Oh yes! Now, one of the things I bought over the past few years, was more last year specifically, was an actual real guitar. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah. But it's not just any old real guitar, no. It actually has buttons on it. You see? Up, down, left, right, and some random other stuff there. Because you can actually plug this into a games console and play songs in Rock Band 3, which is a game for Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 and the Wii. And you can use this for all three machines depending on what console you have. You just plug in an adapter lead which comes with it. Some places don't. Whatever. And then it teaches you how to play the songs, and eventually you can be all amazing playing Dragon Force Through the Fire and Flames. That's what I would be saying if I didn't get bored of it. Well, it's still true, you can do those things. I just never got to that stage. Basically, I played it about 4 times. My thumb started hurting, because it does. People warn me about that. And apparently you need to buy these little guitar pick things here, which I did, but I just never really got into it. You know, I just bought it because it looked fun, and I enjoy the music rhythm aspect of it, you know, in terms of the actual Rock Band with the plastic guitar. It's over there, too far off screen. You've probably seen it before. It's got like 5 colours on. You press it and strum along in time to the music. Very simple. I thought it would be a simple transition into this because whatever songs you had pretty much can be played with a real guitar as long as they were from Rock Band 3, blah blah blah. Too much nerdy stuff there. I might get back into it one day. You know, it seemed like a lot less work than I thought it would be. That's the problem. So, I won't go as far as to say that's 200 quid down the pisser, mainly because it only cost £199, but still, it still exists, you know, it's caked in dust. Look how dusty that is, you see that? Look, ew. It had cobwebs on it the other day, which is quite depressing actually. It's just because I've got it on my cupboard over there, on my shelf unit, and it's just on there with the handle leaning out like that, as if to say, look what you just pissed money away on and never got round to using. And on the theme of musical instruments that I half-assed my efforts with, I bought a MIDI keytar, or keyboard. It's basically, you can plug it in, again it works for the Rock Band 3 game, but you can also, it's got an adapter port here, which the guitar did as well, using MIDI files, or cable. You can connect it to the computer and play a song and record it and be a super snazzy rock star DJ. But, again, I kind of half-assed this, but I did prefer this over that because I've got quite lanky fingers, so it was almost customized to me, or tailor-made for me I should say. But again, I never put as much effort into it as I would have liked. I mean, again, it's still here, so nothing's stopping me. I could plug it in right now and play it. I did get further with this than I did with the guitar though, because it kind of felt like a nice challenge for me, as kind of muscle memory. You can use all your fingers at once, whereas a guitar, well yes, you can use all your fingers with the guitar, but in a different way. Come on, stop harassing me, you theoretical audience, you. And another thing, I bought a Kindle. How fun. Because I don't know, it's good for trains. Some people don't like it. Some people like to smell real books. You know who you are. Nothing wrong with that. It's just not really for me. But yeah, I bought this. They've got new ones out now with touch screens and stuff, but I've had this for, I think, 2 years now, something like that, 1.5 years. And it's quite good. You know, it's good if you're on the train and you're holding on to one of the rails up there, because the page turns are there. Whereas with the real book, you'd have to flip the page and hold it awkwardly and then all this kind of stuff. Assuming you don't actually get a seat on the train. So, anyway. But then you turn it on. I was reading one of the Scott Pilgrim books. You see, I don't know if you can see that, hopefully. You just turn the page there. There we go. This isn't spoiling anything, by the way. It's the final book, but it's like right at the beginning. And I'm sure it's too small to even read the text. Not quite sure why there's a blank page in between. It just seems to be the way it is. But anyway, I won't spoil any more of that. That's just a free sample anyway. I never actually bought it for the Kindle simply because I already bought the 6 original books. Which, incidentally, they've just started re-releasing in colour, so I would be pissed off, but I've got my money's worth out of them. And also, I'm sure if you watched my 3rd video of me touring that nerdy convention, the MCM, I've chewed your ear off enough about this, so I won't go into it too much. But I bought a PlayStation Vita. The only reason I'm mentioning it now is, you know, in case you haven't seen that video, and also because they've updated something which I saw as a complaint before, and they've added YouTube, if I can smoothly turn it on, and you swipe it across, and look, now we're on YouTube. And not only that, okay, network error showing me up, let's try again. This is why you can't work live, people. You see the little spinny bar. Oh, there we go. You see, you recognize that guy? It's me! Look at that. It's my first ever YouTube rant. Back when I basically looked exactly like I do now, in pretty much the same room. 6 years ago, people. Oh, how my life has changed. Anyway, enough of that. Shut him up. You didn't come here to see him talk. What else? Oh yes, I became a bit obsessed with the Professor Layton games, to the point where I bought a top hat, branded with Professor Layton on it. How fun. And there we go. It fits me. Yo, 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 Flavor Flav. And you got the bling bling as well. Ooh, yes. And people call me a nerd. Next thing you'll see me showing you the toy figure. Oh, look, what's this? And he's got some weird thing sticking out of his spine where he's supposed to stab him into the ground so he can stand up properly. Anyway, starting to feel like a real nerd here. It's only just kicked in, people. You think I would have known by now. But anyway, let me put him back there, and there we go. Smoothly transitioned there. Looking at what else we have. I don't know why I'm showing you this, but it was on top of the top hat. It's just one of those weird 3D images. I don't know if you can even see that. Ryu, or Ryu, however you pronounce it, just moves his fist slightly. I don't even know if that's showing up at all, but it was there. Thought I'd show you, since it was just there. And another thing that may make a certain person watching feel a bit envious. I have the limited edition of Skyward Sword. Almost forgot what it was called there. But not only that, I have another one. Because the remotes were good. Basically, these are the remotes you get. All fancy gold, even though if you scratch it off, it's basically just like a dark grey underneath. You get 2 of those. Fancy stuff, even though they didn't make the triggers grey. I mean, gold. Even colorblind in memory. Actually, I'm not colorblind. That's for the record, and you get the soundtrack CD, even though it's got like 6 songs on it, which is a bit lame. But 2 of those, because why the hell not? And also another book that I've been reading recently. I've had it for about a year, and I just keep getting through it a couple of pages at a time. It's called I Am Better Than Your Kids. And I've been working with art students for a while now, both as a, or being surrounded by art students, both in art classes and at my art technician job. And it's just nice to have your inner arsehole come through in a book form. That sounded a bit dodgy. But anyway, so yes, basically it's just some guy who, he was told to be, basically asked people to send in their work or art drawings as a child or artwork from their children, and he just rates it. Trying to find a good one here. I can't really find it. Live, people, live, anyway. So, just basically people draw stuff and he writes a little snarky comment underneath. See, it says like, DJ is his name, and that's actually part of the drawing. But then he added his little snarky comment, and Downs is his syndrome. Boom, boom. And random stuff like that. Some are funnier than others. Basically, it gives everything a grade, but it seems to shift between F and F+. Not sure if this is for everyone. I'm trying to find another good one. Some of this stuff. What is it? I can't even see any. Editing. But yeah, you get the idea. Just basically a bunch of drawings. His comments kind of cracked me up, but unfortunately I didn't bookmark a decent page. So, except here, let's see what we got. I haven't got this far yet. It says, my hero is Batman, and this was drawn by Billy, age 7. Apparently that's supposed to be Batman, and the author's comment wrote, is Batman anything like Batman, idiot? Actually, I probably should have read that in advance, because that wasn't funny at all, but okay then. But yes, good book. I laughed a few times, not even halfway through it yet. I'm taking it slowly, and that is pretty much it. I've got through everything already. That's a bit lame. So, I guess I could take you on a tour of the room, because a few things have changed since then. It'll be my 3rd room tour. That's a bit boring now. But, what do you expect? So, hang on. Sorry for the awkward edit there. I just remembered something else that I had lying over there that I was going to show you guys. Basically, over the past few months, I've been currently, well, basically completely obsessed with a show called Phineas and Ferb, which, funnily enough, people have been telling me to watch for years. I saw one episode about 4 years ago, and it was alright, but I think the episode I saw after that was really bad, that it stopped me from ever wanting to watch it again. But then it was on Netflix, and I had a month's subscription or trial, and I thought, why not? See it from the first episode. And I was hooked. I really, really was. And it's basically this show about these 2 little kids who build things, and they have a little pet platypus who's on the back here. And secretly, their pet platypus is a secret agent who fights this guy, who is currently my favourite character in anything. He just cracks me up even being on screen, and even to the point where my Xbox Live avatar, I bought the background theme, so it looks like Phineas and Ferb's hometown, and my avatar looks like Dr. Doofenshmirtz. And even to the point where I learned how to do the voice. Curse you, Barry the Platypus. Probably shouldn't do that without a drink first, because that sounded nothing like him. But anyway, so yeah, these things I'm showing you are actually lucky bags, because on the front here is like prizes and games to be won. And they had this thing here. This thing, I didn't know what it was, but I wanted it. And being the crazy gambling addiction person-y type thing I am, I bought 6 of the buggers until I got anything remotely to do with him. And I kind of regret wasting that money, because in between all the ones I didn't want, or the ones I did want, I should say, I got random little yo-yos of other characters I couldn't care less with. A little disc launcher, which basically does nothing. You just fire it and it shoots over there. I don't want to do that, because that's no man's territory. A little weird ball game thing, blah blah blah. And Phineas and Ferb lockets, and Perry the Platypus, and other random crap that nobody in the right mind should be buying at my age. And yes, Frisbees, that one's a bit awkward because it's got 2 little naked boys on it. We've got Perry the Platypus again, and Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Hooray! And that's pretty much that. Can you see why I almost forgot to tell you that now? Hey, what am I doing with my life? Seriously. Anyway, so that is that. On to the room tour! To the Crystal Maze! So here we are yet again, having another tour of this room. See how much it changes. Amazing. But on a serious note, it has changed slightly. You see, I have a drum kit now, which again works for the computer, or you can just plug it into the Xbox and play fake drums for your downloaded music. Hooray! And here I have a bunch of little action figures. I say action figures, they don't do all that much. Just their arms move up and down. These are the Phineas and Ferb characters, with Layton, for some reason, in the middle. Because why the hell not, eh? So, that sounded Australian. And a little Layton Rubik's Cube, which always reminds me of the little Batman signal, as you probably know if you watched that recent Bat Guy and Spider Dude episode. And there's Duke Nukem, because There we go. That's as good a reason as any. And there he's got little Perry the Platypus. Hooray. And look at him, it's Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Curse you, Perry the Platypus. And so on. And here's a big chunk of video games. Amazing. And there's a fancy controller with the spinning directional pad. You twist that. Come on, don't show me up. And then it becomes a big solid circular thing. Ooh, fancy. There's a bunch of other crap behind there. Friends, 10 season box set. I still haven't watched one episode of that. I just bought it because it was on sale for like, I think 40 quid, 35, I don't remember. There's the complete Futurama. I have watched that. So, bunch of boxes on the floor that I should probably do something about. A racing wheel and some Dreamcast controllers. There's the special edition of Metal Gear Solid, as if you couldn't read that. Actually, it's limited edition, but come on, let's not split hairs. There's DJ Hero 2 over there. That's a fancy little game where you have fake turntables that you use to play music or pretend you're putting the music together when really it was done by professionals. And you're basically just playing Simon Says along to their creations. And there's 2.5 Men, complete seasons 1 to 8. I've only seen season 9, and that's why I bought that. Because, basically, apparently Charlie Sheen was better than Ashton Kutcher. I can't tell you just yet, because I haven't watched it. And behind there, you can't really see with this in the way, is the 24 complete box set. And once again, you're starting to see a theme here. I bought it because it was on sale, but haven't really given it a chance yet. I saw season 1 ages ago, and it's kind of like that. Here we go. A couple of movies here. We got Scott Pilgrim, Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, blah 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 blah. Bunch of other stuff. Aliens, Blu-ray collection. Who really cares? Here's that fake guitar I was talking about with the little plastic buttons at the top. You can pretty much see that. And other random bullshit. Blazed Blue or Blaz Blue, and I don't even know why I'm showing you this. But yes, I'm sure there are some nerds out there who are like, oh my goodness, he has stuff. Stuff I'll never get a chance to play, because I don't know this fellow, and if you do know me, I don't really know why you're watching this video, because you've probably been around here on numerous occasions and already know about all of this stuff. But either way, the television has had, had an upgrade since last time I made a video. It's now 37-inch 1080p HD. Oh yes! Get in there, my son, with his nerdy erections. So anyway, it's the gaming guy's e-penis. Or who doesn't drive. Anyway, let's see. We've got the Xbox 360, the PlayStation 3, the original Xbox, because there's a lot of games over there that don't really work properly on the 360. Damn you and your lack of effort and your backwards compatibility. And there's the Wii on the floor looking all damaged, even though it's still fully functional. And a bunch of Mega Drive games, because why the hell not? Same over there. A bunch of boxes of things that I daren't throw away. Just like over here, look at them all. They're spreading like rabid bunny rabbits mixed with wildfire. Anyway, and over here is my latest pièce de résistance. It's basically a 24-inch monitor that you can draw on. It gives you a pen or you can use your fingers, and it literally cost me £1,754. And a couple of pence, I think like 76 pence. Let's not split hairs. But yes, it's basically to help me make cartoons, which I again haven't got round to because I'm lazy. Actually, it's not that it's lazy, it's like the moment I turned it on, I was like, holy shit, that is the best picture quality I've ever seen. I probably should have turned that on so you can see something, but anyway. But if I did draw something on it, I'd guarantee it would look a lot better than the last thing I drew with a mouse. Insert it here! See? Money well spent. So that's basically what that is. You can draw on it. It's very simple for just instantly drawing on it. You open up a digital animation program or whatever you want to use, and then you've got a bunch of little buttons on the side there that you can't see too well, even though the light's on. Yes, and you can program those to do whatever you want. It makes things very, very simple. Got my speakers on the side, a wireless mouse and keyboard. It's the whole shebang. And on the side there, it's actually got those little metal things. I don't quite know what they're called, but basically you can loosen it and arrange it and adjust it to however you like, providing what you like is moving it from here to about here. Oh, the possibilities! And up there you can't really see it, but there's my limited edition car from the Driver San Francisco Special Edition, which was my favorite game of last year. And some little bobbleheads from the game Saints Row. Do you want to see them bobble? I can't hear you, so I'm going to assume you said yes, because that seems like the least possible audience I could disappoint. You know, worst case scenario, you don't want to see this. But I don't want the tears of people who do on my conscience. Oh! And it is broken! I hope you're happy, bobble lovers. I've literally broken it in two. Why did you want me to bobble? I bleed now. And scene. There's another one up there, but, you know, let's not risk that. So, that's probably the best part of the video for most of you. And here's PlayStation 3 games, blah blah blah. A bunch more movies, and other stuff that you can't see on the focus. There's the Professor Layton movie, the special edition that came with the entire storyboard in a book form. Amazing! And that's pretty much it. I don't really want to touch anything else in case it smashes, you see. There's the body of that bobblehead down there, all smushed up. Let's save it the dignity and pick it up off the floor. Oh yes, look at that. Yes, not much else to say about that. That's basically my room tour. Hope you enjoyed it, and take care. On a side note, you can clearly see why I haven't made any videos like this in about 3.5 years, because this was terrible. And also for the record, this is my normal voice right here. Very dull and monotone. So that's why I jazz it up a bit. I should be in front of the camera while telling you this, but I can't be bothered. There's a picture of a door. The end. Hey everybody, look what I did! I fixed it! Yes. Look what you almost missed out on. Mere seconds of fun. What a load of shit that was.